Welcome to another edition of Madriveroutdoors. We're back up in the property today, and we're going to continue the progress in the bathroom. We're going to try to continue ripping out the floor so that we can replace the joists. We did have the electrician come up over the week, and he did a little bit of work for us. So he was able to get the power disconnected at the box in the house. So there's no power there, so we can continue moving forward with the joists at this point. I think we need to get some new boxes. He did try to get the service disconnect to work, but to no avail. It's absolutely corroded and frozen shut. So probably going to be a few $1,000s in work, and we're going to have to get permits and all that stuff that need to get taken care of. So we'll get all that squared away, but other than that, like I said, we're going to get started today in the bathroom. We're going to have to go ahead and continue removing the floor, and I think we're going to have to remove the wall that was in the back of the tub because it's completely rotted out. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at that. So here's where we're at. So we got to remove this part of the floor right here, and I believe we need to remove this wall. It's completely rotted at the bottom, so more than likely we're probably just going to rip this whole space back to studs. But it looks really good. The guys did a really great job framing that in. There's the two joists that we got to take out and replace. So with any luck, that's going to be the project today. Hopefully we can get 2 4x8 sheets of plywood in here, but I'm thinking that's probably 1 sheet right there, and then 1 other sheet right there, and then probably 1 sheet back there, so probably 3. So fingers crossed. Anyway, so thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. All right, so as you can see, we got all these pieces of plywood up here on the outside of the house, and we need to go ahead and paint them. I don't want to leave the raw wood exposed to the elements, so I'm at very minimum going to try to get the plywood painted. There's a bunch of other spots around the house that also need to be done. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about doing the gables and the fascias. So let's see how this plays out. But for tonight, at the very minimum, we're going to get that whole front painted and get it matching. So let's get rolling. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the 2 joists out. Unfortunately, I got to stop because they don't have the right pry bar to continue pulling the joist hangers out. So we've made some really great progress in there. We got the walls out, found the mouse trap. So at this point, I got to come back and finish cutting the floor back to there so that we can add in 2 pieces of plywood. Got to replace those 2 joists and put 2 new ones in. I got 2 2x8 double joist hangers. So that's going to be our next step. So for the remainder of the day, I'm going to work on mowing the lawn and maybe scraping some paint, trying to clean up and just keep things moving along. It's pretty late in the day. It's about 3:30 at this point. So got to kind of start wrapping it up a bit. All right, so that's where we're at. Well, we're getting ready to conclude our evening here at Mad River Outdoors. I'm standing in our barn that we now have power and we have lights. So this is pretty awesome. You can see the auction sign in the background that they had out on the front of the property. But yeah, I feel like we did some good today. We got the joists ripped out and we got that whole area cleaned up. We got the lawn mowed. It hasn't needed to be mowed in like 3 or 4 weeks. We got the garage a little bit more cleaned out. We got some more metal for the metal guy. So with that being said, we're going to conclude our evening and head home. But thanks for joining us. Please take the time to click that like button. Hope you have a great evening. Talk to you on the next episode.